Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? So, what am I working on now? I've got a '02 Chevy Express van. It's a custom van, one of those raised roof, with the deluxe interior. Anyway, customer's complaint was loss of power. So, what does loss of power even mean? I mean, it could mean a bunch of different things. Now, the only thing that kind of gets me is there's a tag with the keys from another shop. So, or they had another shop and didn't like what they had to tell them? I don't know. Is what it is, right? I don't like to know what other people have done anyway. Like whenever somebody brings me a car, truck, whatever, and says, oh, I was at the shop and this is what they said. Well, no, I'm not going by what they said. I'm going by what I come up with. So I don't want to know any of that anyway. So anyway, it came in last night. I just started it a few minutes ago, and it sounds okay. It doesn't sound all messed up or anything, but it starts up. Seems like it has a touch of a rough idle, like nothing terrible. Like almost like it searches for its idle a little bit. But I got my scanner hooked up, and what I've come up with is a couple different codes. It means a couple different things. So we got mass airflow circuit out of range. That could be anything. Like I don't know what they were doing. If the other shop had stuff disconnected, anything's a possibility. But we have engine misfire, and I almost kind of felt that in the beginning. Evap purge, I'm not concerned about that, and transmission components slipping. Sorry about that. Pablo just came to me. He had a 6-liter GM with a ticking noise, and not a DOD vehicle either with those stupid lifters, but one of the lifters had failed and it ground into the camshaft. So maybe I'll make a quick video on that a little bit later. But he just pulled out the lifter and showed me that the whole bottom of it's completely wiped out. So interesting. But anyway, back onto this one. Now, I'm going to say, the mass airflow circuit out of range can cause a loss of power, but I'd be willing to bet that P1870 tranny component slipping is the real issue. There used to be, I'm sure it's still out there, a bulletin about replacing the valve body for that code. Now, this thing's got 216,000 miles on it. No, you're not going to replace a valve body and fix this. Not with 216,000 miles on it. No way. So I'm going to go up the street, I think. Actually, let me try it in the parking lot first, see if I feel anything. Other than that, I will take it up the street and see if I feel anything. Okay, so just in the parking lot, everything feels normal. So I am going to take this thing up the street. I want to see what it feels like, count the shifts, stuff like that. 4-speed automatic. So it's probably a 4L60 if I had to venture. I guess it's only a 1500 from what I can tell. So, all right, let's just go up the road and see what it does. Okay, so yep, tranny shot. All right, I'm gonna take off from a traffic light here. Just listen. We're in first. Second. Neutral. It's supposed to be third gear there, and then it goes into fourth. So, yeah, we've got a failure internal of the tranny. So, let me get back in. I'm going to just check the fluid quality. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, so up under the hood here, if you look, the fluid is actually not bad looking. Now, the reason for that gooky stuff on there is probably just from the dipstick itself inside the tube. Because this thing has such a long dipstick tube, it winds up picking up so much stuff. It's got to, think about it, it's got to come from all the way up front here. Basically, if you had your pickup truck up by the radiator, go all the way back and into the tranny. So the fluid itself doesn't look bad. So what's a known problem on these things is one of the reaction shells or drums or whatever you want to call it, it shears the teeth off and it does this. A lot of times you lose reverse too, if I'm not mistaken, but usually you lose third. But yeah, the tranny's going to have to come apart regardless at this point. So one other thing I did notice is this won't have an effect on the mass air per se, but you can see the air filter in there, so it's not sealed correctly. But yeah, so somebody's been messing with this thing. Who the heck knows what they did. That's pretty much going to end this. I'm going to make another short video on that lifter issue with that LS based motor in that truck. All right. So that's going to end this one. All right, guys. Hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.